Okay, so I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do this video, but I decided I'm just gonna kind of edit it and leave everything in it. That way, if somebody else has something happen to theirs, they can go back and fix it, take it apart, and all that other stuff. So, what I do want to do is I did make a mistake on this one, and I put it on the wrong pin. Okay, so I bought a Explore Scientific EXOS Nano CQ3 mount. And when I got that mount, I decided, I want a motor, right? Because I'm getting into this whole astrophotography thing. So I went ahead and ordered the motor, got it all mounted on here, put some little spacers so that it all sits right and it's kind of even and it's not quite binding. Maybe I could take one out. Looks like it's binding just a little bit. So anyways, the other thing I wanted to do is I have this little adjustment knob, right? Like when I turned it on, there's a speed knob here. And I did see that somebody had done this mod to it. So what I'm going to do is I have this back here, which is a little voltmeter, right? And this is the 3-wire. So this goes 0 to 30 volts. And this has a 9-volt battery in it. And then as you adjust this, it changes the voltage to the motor. And that's how the motor runs. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end up cutting a slot in here. And then we're going to mount this little thing right in the top there. And this is going to be like super simple. So if we look over here, and I'm going to zoom in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the, this has 2 separate leads. This is just kind of using the black wire for my, complete my circuit and my measurements. But anyhow, so these come in like, I don't know, a little pack of 3, something really cheap, pretty cheap mod to do. You have to kind of ignore some of this other mess I have around here. I've been working on a few different things, and so it runs on 9 volts. So if we take this over here and we set this to 6, well, we can run this up to 9. Actually, not that one. Put it on this one. Run this one up to 9 volt. So now we're on 9 volts. You can see our displays came on at 0, 0, 0, right? So if I come over here and I turn this on, one of the other things I noticed is, so let's go to this one, and I'm changing every 100 millivolt. So as I spin this up, right, you see there's no change, and I don't know if you guys can, yeah, you can see that on that meter. It's kind of rough. You guys have a bad angle, but anyhow, so you see it's like 0. This is saying 0, right? Even though we've got 100 millivolts in there. Well, I found out that this doesn't come on till like 15 or 16, right? So if I kick it back one and I start ranking this up, so there's 14, right? Or 142 millivolts, right? And now it's kicking on and saying 0.160, or yeah, at least 160 something. I don't know. We don't have the last digit, but anyhow, so there's a little bit of a discrepancy in it. I'll just kick this up one at a time. So there's 15. There's 16. Now it went up to 18. There's 17. It's still on 18. 18's went up to 19. So anyhow, and then this is pretty accurate, right? So let me kick this over. So we can just kind of scroll this up. We're going at 100 millivolts at a time. So I'm at 40 right now. We're back to being even. And 60, I'm at 59.2. And as we go up, right, you see it's changing. So that's kind of the idea to work with on this. And then, of course, we go all the way up to, we should be able to go all the way up to 9 volts. Except for us, I think that this only goes to like maybe 5 volts or something. Well, we'll find out because we'll hook it up. But so anyhow, this only goes up to 5 volts on this channel. But anyhow, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this meter in here, and I'm going to show you how to hook this up in case you want to do this on your own with these Celestron modifications or whatever, right? I thought it's kind of a good idea, and it doesn't take much. One of the other things you're going to need is this mounting tape, this 3M mounting tape, and this is the brand I'm using. I've already went through and looked, and this is not supposed to be, even in the future, it won't become conductive. So links to all this stuff will be in the description below, and you can figure all that stuff out. So anyhow, let's get into the motor. So as we get into our motor here, we're just going to take these little screw things out. There's only a couple things we need to worry about. One's going to be our voltage pins. So let me get my, where's my other meter? Oh, here it is. It's easier if you guys have a multimeter, right? To at least test voltages. Here, I'll put the stand up. Really all we're looking for, I'll put it on volts. I think you guys can see that. So, like here's our motor connections, right? So if I test here and here, well, I got nothing. But if I turn it on and I test here and here, now you're seeing I got 1.3132 volts, right? It's kind of varying because I'm touching stuff. But so what we need is this one definitely to be our positive, and then we're not going to use that as our negative. Oh, actually, I need to leave that on. So now we know that that's what we're going to put our yellow pin on. So our yellow pin will be right here. We'll just solder that in right there, right? And I think what we're going to do, if we put this on, let's put at least, I don't know, at least one screw in here. I think with our meter, and make sure these little dots are all down. Well, except for us, right? Because see, this is upside down, so I actually want to do this way. So when I'm out there, I can read it. It's more readable instead of being upside down. So I think what I'll do is that, right? And I think that's where I'm going to put it. It seems to be out of the way of the two thumb screws here. So if I put it right in there, I'm kind of hiding the drive thing, but that's okay. I don't care about the writing. So we just think that that's what we're going to do, right? So we need to look underneath as well. So we can stick her right just somewhere in here. Anywhere in here would be okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what I could do? Could even measure that. If we want to stick it right on this, because this is just a mount. That'll keep us off of the pins as well. So we just put this against there. We come down like this. And this should be the same on this side. Yep. So we stick this, what is this, another couple millimeters for the mount piece. So if we go right on the edge of that, that puts us right down here. So this is where we'll be, right? And we kind of want it in the middle. So now we have that location, I could just mark this off on this thing. There we go. We got a rough idea of where we're going to put that. You can even just take this and we'll just trace this out and cut it. And really all we want to do is we just want to get cut this piece off like this, right? Oh, there is a solder blob. That's interesting. Wonder where that came from. Huh. Somebody's solder ball fell off in there. Oh, let's see. You guys probably can't see any of this stuff that I'm doing already, can you? I'll just zoom out more. All I'm doing is just tracing around the display. So then what I'll do is when I put this up here, cut it off. There, well, so now we should have our 7-segment display. Right there, exactly. So there's our 7-segment display. We just put that like right here because that's where we want it. And actually I could even just, where's my tape? Okay. I am really unprepared for this. And I want to get 2 videos out today is what I was planning on, but that may not happen. So we just kind of want to center that about where it's going to be. I'll just tape it down. That's where we're going to want to put it, right? So I guess back to what we were doing. So the other thing is, okay, let's get this out of the way. And the other thing we need, hopefully, I'm going to try and make sure I can get you guys into this. Because what we need to do now, right, is we got our switch is right here. This is our on-off switch. So we need to reveal our tape back here, which is sticky stuff. And then, so we don't want to do it on there because when we flip this switch, it's going to be one of these pins here is going to turn on. So the idea, right, is that we need to take our meter. So I'll try and get this in here. Oh man, this is going to be, what a nightmare this is. How am I going to do all this? How am I going to do all this where you guys can see what's going on? Oh, that's not going to work. That's hiding everything. Okay. Alright. And this doesn't matter. So all we're doing, see, we know, see, I wonder if this is, let me check something out real quick. Negative of the battery. Uh-oh. Chassis not grounded. That's grounded though. Okay, so we know our ground pin is right here. So the very first pin on this row here, that's definitely a ground pin. So that's where we're going to get our ground. That's where we're going to put our ground into. So now that I know where the ground pin is, now I can just, we're going to, oh God. Can you see this? Oh no. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Gonna measure, so I'm gonna put it on the ground pin, which we know is this one, and I'm gonna touch this one, and you can see I got 8.2 volts, so that's the live pin. So if I go to the third one back here, there's nothing, and if I go to the fourth one back there, there's nothing. If I turn it on, the third pin is showing me 8 volts. 8 volts. So the third pin. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to put our red wire off of our meter. Oh, what did I do with it? Where'd it go? Here we go. Okay. This is going to be a long day. So now we know we're going to put this one on the third pin, right? So if we look at this This is where the third one. So this is ground, this is always hot, and when we turn the switch, this comes on. So that's the one we're going to put this red one on. I got to think here. How do I want to, oh, I'm going to put that back. How much of this wire do I want to keep? And we're going to be upside down. This is going right directly to that, so that's going to be super simple. We can make that really short. So I'm going to cut that off. Oh, is that right? Yeah. I better leave just a little slack. So I'll leave a little slack. Get my nippers. Well, not my nippers, these are my side cutters. And I expose that one little wire. So if I do that one there, which I could just go ahead and, so for like solder and stuff, you don't buy this big roll. In the description I'll put is a roll to some good cheap solder. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's good solder. It's what I use. And it's in little tubes. You don't have to buy a lot of it. And then for a soldering iron, there's a couple links I'll put down below for whatever you want. If you're not going to do like a lot of this stuff, then just do a little pin solder, right? You don't need a big thing. So there we go with that. We'll have a little bend in it. One of the big things is these, you have these pins back here, and you're gonna need like you could go get you some of these little cheap cutting boards, right? That's pretty thick. This is gonna go on as well, right? So we'll need to make sure we have good insulation. We're not shorting anything out. And so for these pins, what I'm gonna do, what would be the best way I do this? If I come up here and I just go through this, and I just loop these around this way through the mount. I am absolutely doing this blind. I cannot see anything. So what I did here is I just going through this. And actually, I need to do this with this battery too. Take this through so that this is easier to work with as well. Having all these wires hanging out everywhere. Alright, now my battery's in a good location. So I just wired it around this way. Then these wires, I just went back this way. And of course now we're into this part, right? This is kind of like a little nightmare. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Spin it back this way. I guess we'll just leave the extra wire on there. Alright, that's fine. We'll leave the extra wire on there. How can I do this? Oh, it's too tall. How about the weight? Oh, this is so much easier when I have to do videos. Let's zoom you guys in. Uh-oh. Alright. So anyhow, we need to get this black wire on there. Probably ought to turn your soldering iron up really hot, right? How am I going to do this where you guys can see? Probably can't. You're just going to have to wait, right? Oh yeah, there we go. That's flowed quick. So we just touch that. It's going to flow pretty quick. I'm actually kind of a little bit hot. So I'm running about 375 temperature wise. And then if you remember right, we're going to put it on this third pin. So this is ground. That's constant 8 volts. That's going to be when we turn it on, we get voltage there. So when we turn it on, we'll have power to our meter and power to our stuff, right? Alright, maybe I could do this. This is so difficult. There we go, let's try this. I will do this. Maybe I can keep my fat hands out of the way. Okay. Can you see what is going on? I have no idea. Well, we're just gonna do this. It is what it is, right? I can't. Yeah, we're not really in there very well. You don't want to dwell too long. I mean, it just means keep the heat on the pin. You don't want it to be on there for too long. Alright, well, that is what it is. Okay, I need to see here. I definitely don't want to have anything short out. I think what I will do is I will touch a little bit more solder on that ground. What is going on with this? What is we doing? What? I don't know how I managed to do this one. That's interesting. Alright. I know you guys can't see some of this stuff, but... Oh, good grief. Crazy thing. Alright, just gonna reflow that. There's my my cleaner thingy. I'll use my spare cleaner thingy. And I really need like a top-down camera. God. Yeah. Video of the year this one's gonna be. Off-handed. Oh, it's not getting anywhere near my other wires. Where do those go to? Oh, that's the... Yeah. Alright, good enough. So you see that? Oh, nope. Back a little, huh? So you see that? There's our positive wire. So when we turn it on, the meter comes on. There's our ground. And then our yellow goes to here. Oh, God. So there's our ground, our positive wire, and then our yellow goes to here, right? So now we have all of our wires hooked up. So now kind of one of the other things we need to do, actually I should feed these wires down in a little bit so to have a little bit of room to work with my meter. Because the next thing is we need to get our meter this away, and we need to think about putting it down here like that. So one of the things, remember I told you, is we got to watch out for these little pins. We don't want to be touching this because this is grounded. I'm pretty sure I can find out real quick. Since we know this is ground. Oh, nope, it's not grounded. Well, that's alright. We still don't want them to touch anyways. Because when currents flow through here, it might like light up everything. So anyhow, we still don't want those to touch. And we want to fold the yellow out here because we don't want the pins to stab it. So one of the things we need to be doing here. Scissors. Okay, so this is not grounded or anything. So the next thing we need to be thinking about is this. So now we're just going to cut this. We're going to put it somewhere like right here, right? Because that's where I'm hoping we're going to get our piece down to, right, that we already pre-measured. So I'm hoping when we get this done, this will fit right over the top of that. So we're not going to do anything other than this for right now, and then we're going to get this cut. So this is probably like 1 millimeter thick plastic. I'm not sure what the best way to cut this is going to be. You guys can find out for yourselves. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my utility knife, and I'm just going to whittle on it and get it close, and then I can always come back to it with a file and fine tune it. So let me get this cut out and we'll come back. Alright, so the easiest way I found to do this right is so I took my X-Acto knife, right, and I plunged this in the corner, and then I plunged it in this corner, and then this way, the same way, I just punch it down, and I plunge this one in the corner, and I plunge this one in the corner, and this in the corner. And then I have score marks where I scored it here, I scored it here, and I scored it here, and then I just worked where I plunged and I just pushed, and it actually broke along the score line. So that seems to be the easiest way to get that out. I think I have some more work to do because, you know, I'm going to put this here, and we're going to put this here. Of course, you know, once we get it all taped in, it'll stay where it's supposed to, but I think I need to make a little bit bigger opening. Can I manage to somehow pokey? Oh no, I can't pokey. Can I finagle? Will it even fit in there to begin with? No, I need to make some more. I need to do some more work. So from this point, I think what I'll do is I'll get my file out. Where they're at. Oh yeah, let me go get my files and then we'll just work on this a little bit more. So yeah, now I'll take like needle files, right? So we'll take the flat one and we'll just take a little bit off at a time. Create some microplastics. Anyhow, I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this, but we'll come back when I get a hole done. All right, now we got our our microplastic disaster area here. Don't forget on the inside, there's usually some plastics that get stuck in here when you're filing. So if we look at it right, we got plenty of clearance now. It's just sticking there just right. And we should, let's get all this up in here. Let's see, how can I move you up there? Oh, stay. There we go. So now we got our thingy just like that. Facing the right way. Whoops, I got a little scratch. Looks like I have a scratch there. So we can do good with that. I like where that is. Should be right on top of our sponge. Yep, it is. So now what we can do, now that we have that done, actually we could even just take this plastic here. I think that's what we'll do. The very plastic will cut out, then we don't have to do any additional cutting on anything. Just make sure it's clean. Looks good enough to me. This will help prevent short outs, so we'll just put this right on there. Stick it right to that 3M foam tape. We'll grab one more thing of 3M foam tape. We'll cut that little piece out right there. We'll stick it right on top of there. And we got both of our foam tape. There's no way that's going to short out. Peel the foam tape. Make sure our wires are in the right spot. By gosh, there we go. Not pinching wires. We're foam taped up. Our little pieces are all fitting together just right. And, oh, and the battery. Oh, and yeah, don't forget to fold back all your stuff. Uh-oh. Wonder if this battery's just died and sitting on that like that. Here we got our battery put in. Put it all back together. That's nice and tight. Where's my screw? Where's my other screw? Alright. Do we leave the plastic on? I guess so. And we got to turn it this way, right? Over this way a little bit. And we turn power on. We got power and we got voltage. So it looks like we're down to what, 2 volt. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let's turn this light off. There we go. Uh-oh. So that doesn't look good. Only 300 millivolts. So what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that we don't have a very good ground. So, okie dokie. Let's turn her back this way. Very unhappy with that ground being where it is. Disconnect the battery so we don't do anything bad. Open this back up. Give me that ground pin. I don't know if I could get this on camera again. I'm just going to take the ground pin off where it was at. And that's fine. If it don't like that ground, well, we can just move it. What's a ground we do know it likes? Oh, come on. Actually, what if I just go through like this? I could just do that. That ties up that wire. Can make the wire shorter. I touch that with a little solder. Now I just take the ground wire and we'll just put it right in here. Let that dry for a second. Remove my finger. Put our battery back in it. Turn the light off again so we can see. Turn the power on. Oh. I think our battery's low. I think I oopsied and had the battery land against this. And I think our battery's low. Well. Turn that back on. Now this battery, is this battery really that low? Did I really? Should check batteries under load, but for my case. It says 8.12. Huh, 8.18. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Just do this. I was not happy with that ground. Oh, turn the light back on. So what we'll do, if I don't like that, is we can bring this up and around. Bring the ground around. It's turned into a lot more work than what I wanted to do. That's right. That's a little bit much. I don't need that much wire sticking out. Just need a little bit of wire. And then we'll put that disconnect that. Take that, we'll go right up through here, and we'll go right back onto the, oh, that's long too. I don't need it that long. Just needed to go right back on top of that. Alright. Oh, uh-oh. My solder, or I mean my insulator is broken right there. I didn't know that. Is it gonna be a big deal? My cable was broke. Do that. Just come up. Maybe I'll just come up like this. I'll just come up like that. I'll come over the top of all that. There's my pliers. And my solder iron. Now you share common ground. Common ground. Turn the light off. What the f? Alright, well, so it looks like I'm going to have to do surgery. I thought the motor was seized, but it's not seized. The motor still runs. And for some reason, I'm not getting the proper voltage out of this. So this is just hot glue, right? So I can just peel this off, and I have hot glue. I can re-stick it. But anyhow, I don't know if it's all this junk in here is causing it, because we were flowing solder here. Or maybe one of these components went out. I have all these resistors and diodes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to see what that is. It's probably a BJT. I'm thinking that's an op amp. I haven't looked yet. But anyhow, so I'm going to do a whole schematic on this thing. And I'm going to trace back and I'm going to find where my issue is. I almost bet it's in the op amp or something. Because I'm not getting voltage at these two pins. So that's not positive and that's not negative. Well, I mean, there's no voltage there. So, and I know it's not in the switch. So, anyhow, I will have to do some surgery. Oh, holy cow. I can't believe my... So, anyhow, all that. Remember I cleaned up all this stuff back here. It was such a disaster. I found, like, see, look at, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's still some solder on here, right? On the PCB. There's still solder. And look, there's another piece right there. I cleaned up this entire mess. And, you know, I'm going to go through and I'm going to touch all these joints. I don't think that's the problem. But anyhow, so here. I'll put this back on. I ain't doing anything but take the motor off right now, right? Oh, we are on. Whoops. Turn it off. And, well, let's turn it back on. Let's go ahead and turn on, right? Here we go. Now we're on. Oh, voltmeter. Turn voltmeter on. You guys get the voltmeter right. Remember, positive's on top. Negative's on the bottom. Oh, looky, now we get our 3.5 volts back. That's at maximum. Let's turn it all the way down. 3.34 volts. So anyhow, it appears to be, now it's no load, but just cleaning up that entire mess, right? And I don't think there's any more solder junk anywhere. Man, it's a good thing I did this now and all this happened now. Because if I was to leave and go somewhere and do this stuff, I'd be very upset that my motor would stop working. Alright. Well, now that I get all this apart. Okay. I gotta get all this put back together. What do I want to do? What's probably the best way to do this? Oh, take these off. At first I thought, well, turn this up a little. So at first, right, I took these and I plugged these in. I'm like, you know what, did the motor die? Is the motor seized? Is something wrong with the motor? And so I took the motor and I'm like, okay, well, let's turn it up to 4 volts, right? Well, we can turn it down to 3.5 volts. We'll turn it down to 3.5 volts. We'll connect the pins, let's say positive. So you have to remember how this is. Positive on top, negative on the bottom, so that it goes the right way. You can't hear it, but I hear the motor running, right? So I'm like, okay, well, it's not, the motor's not seized. No, that's not the issue. I did notice that there's like this wire is very junky, right? So I think that's something else I'm going to do. You know, I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to work on this whole thing and get it cleaned up. I can't believe, like, I haven't even used this. This is like brand spanking new. Look at that. That's just garbage. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Can't believe I'm doing this entire thing on this. I might as well clean up all this while I'm at it. So anyhow, that's the LM358. This is an S5808. Hold on, let me look. SS8050. So this is just a PNP or an NPN? I think it's an NPN. So NPN bipolar transistor, and then just a regular capacitor. You know what? Who's this made by? Jake. You know what? We're gonna take that off. We're gonna replace that. What is that value? $10 microfarad. Oh man. Put an actual 10 microfarad on it. Will this fit? Yeah, it'll fit. Put an actual 10 microfarad on it, an actual real cap. I know that'll be the next thing that'll go out. And then, so these are just, this is just a regular capacitor. I don't think it's a tantalum, it's some sort of ceramic capacitor on there, I'm pretty sure. T104. And then just some resistors and an LED and a diode. I'm not sure what that diode is, but anyhow. Alright, whatever. I can't believe I'm doing all this stuff on this thing. Brand spanking new. I haven't even used this yet. Golly. Can't believe it's just like already this broken already. You guys maybe not have to do this. You could probably just return your stuff if you want. Definitely, I guess, make sure you go out and test it. Because if it does this, and you got no warranty on it, oh man, I'd be mad. And I really don't want to do a repair video. This is not what this channel is for. I'm not doing electronics. Oh man, I would be so mad. If I was you guys, I would be so mad. Alright. There's a Kemet 10 microfarad. I'll have to go clean up that solder flux. I mean the soldering, let me get my glasses. The soldering on it just doesn't look that bad. I don't see any obvious cold joints. Those are all on the same. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll take a picture of this. I want this anyways for the future. That way I can do a full schematic on it. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh, that's going to be a nightmare. I'm not sucking that up in my sucker machine. Definitely not sucking that up in my sucker machine. Gosh dang glue. Oh, I have to get my glue gun out too because I got to put this all back together. Gosh. Celestron, you guys need to work on your quality control. Alright. What am I going to do? I need some wire. Put this thick wire on it. Man, I'm going to have a lot of editing to do on this video. So basically what I'm doing is I'm twisting this. This is going to be the wire that's going to come through here and go to the motor. I don't need all the insulation on it because it just goes into that motor. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I better get this stuff off. Well, I got this thing on here. So those holes are nice and clean. Those holes are clean. Well, I should clean that solder off. Get most of this stuff off of it. I'm going to have to get my glue gun out, which is down under my bench somewhere in a box. I don't know which box it is. So I may have to stop the video and come back. Oh, man. I guess before I do all of that, I probably ought to at least get this wire tinned up. And then, ah, it stinkies. Alright, there's the wire I'm going to use for that. I ought to... No, I really don't want to do that. As you get the motor put back in. Yeah, but what if it don't work? I'm not sure what voltages. I'm not sure what voltages this works at. I mean, we got what, 3 point, what did I say, 3 point, that's no load though. Minimum, we're getting 3.35. If we switch it up to maximum, .50. You know what, let's do, oh, this goes on the other side. I ripped that off too, trying to fix that. Oh, so bad. Okay, I stick the motor back on. I can always stick it on, temporarily stick it on maybe. Let me just stick our wire through. This is like all they did. What I need, what's my spacing? It's not very much. Probably ought to use this too. I'm gonna have to get my vise out. I'm just gonna have to get all my electronic stuff out. Oh, God, I don't want to be doing this. Clean solder on this thing. Motor in. Solder blob that. Come on, solder. I got too much out, I think, for this. boy, oh boy. This is supposed to be a nice, easy video. Now it's turned into a big, complicated mess. I'm only temporarily doing this. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just sort of rushing it. Ow! Gee, Merry Christmas. Oh, you stupid thing. Stop it. And I should get the 5-volt pin up here, or this thing. And we put this all the way back where it was in the back. Put on the third one. So now we got all that connected, we got that connected. That's all in. Where's my battery? Put this up here so it stops blowing over. Oh, that's nice. Look at my battery. Golly, are you kidding me? What is up with this? Are you kidding me? All this cheap they sell these days. Oh my God. Are you serious? What is going on today? I wonder if that's cheap Chinese junk. Oh my God. You guys see that? Look. My battery, right? Look at that. Where's the top? Look at it, look. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I got a solution for that. Look, I can't believe it just ripped out of there. Oh, man. Breathe. Yeah, no, something doesn't sound right. I don't even hear the motor. That's saying 30 millivolts. Is it the op amp? Do we blow the op amp or the BJT? Yeah. 300 millivolts. We're only getting 300 millivolts to the motor. 300 millivolts to the motor. Do we blow the BJT or the op amp? Yeah, it's probably a good thing I didn't put it all back together. There's really only two components, either the op amp or the BJT. And I don't have an 8050, I don't think. Pretty sure I don't have an 8050. I do have an op amp though. Let me go pull up the op amp data sheet. Oh God. Alright, so anyways, it always seems to be something. So this is an what did I say, 50 or S8050. That is complete trash, right? And I don't have any S8050s. So apparently the way this is laid out is emitter, base, collector. So it goes like that, right? So emitter, oh no, whoops. Emitter, base, collector. And since I don't have any of those, I can put in 222. That's the op amp. Don't worry about the op amp. Usually op amps don't go bad. But the BJTs do. I'd have to print out a data sheet. So anyways, what we'll do is I already got this in here. So if you look on there, right, this one went in this way. Let's see, yeah, by the schematic. Well, I have a 2N222, right? I have a bunch of these, and I have some others, but I think I'm going to use a 2N222, or wait, 2N2222, and so the way its layout is, right, is opposite of this one. So instead of going in like this, like they have the layout there, you see a little half moon thing, we need to go the opposite way. So our half moon will be facing, we'll be over here facing this way. Because the base emitter and collector, it's the emitter and collector are switched. And if we do it the other way, then south is north, and north is south. And we don't want that. So we will do this. Oh God, this thing. It's going to be a nightmare to get this in and out. So anyhow, Joy. You probably can't. I don't know how to do this where you can see without my big freaking hands being in the way. So anyways, there you go. See? So we're clear here. This one went this way. This is the one we had that doesn't work. Now we're using this one that goes the other way. And that's all in the data sheet, right? And of course you see the pins for the LM358 are in there, which is a dual op amp. So anyhow, whatever. Ah, man. Done. Oh, you know what? I didn't get too busy troubleshooting this thing. I need to get my glue out. I need to go take this board. Actually, I could go, since I'm doing this anyways. Let's see if we could break it again. I probably really should look at the schematic. This is probably going to break it again, I bet. I'm probably hooking this up completely wrong. Or at least the way it's not supposed to be. Gonna find out. Pins are in. Turn her on. Oops, turn the light out. 0 voltage. Oh, that is doing it. That must be what did it. I broke it. broke it on my own accord. No, I didn't break it. Oh no, we're good. We just can't read negative. Oh, we're good. I thought I broke it. I just can't read negative. So we should be... wait, did I do something wrong? Yeah. 4.62. Where's my cover? Yeah, north. We're right. Yep. So we're on north. We're on north. If you're south, like right, you're gonna have to switch, because this goes negative, and the meter won't go negative. It only stays positive. So for you, you're gonna have to take the black wire off of here. If you're on south, put the black wire up here and take the yellow wire and put it down here. That's what you're gonna... Oh, we're even on. Oh, my light's not on. Why is my light not on? And you know, see, look, we're still working, right? We're looking good. No. And that must have been what happened. I had the switch switched. I shorted the BJT out and it killed it. So that's what I did. Well, I killed it through the meter. So that would be kind of an important thing. Although this seems to be a lot more redundant. The 2N222. So... interesting. I wonder, really, technically, I should put a diode on there, right? To stop the current from going opposite. Well, I should put a diode on the meter. Because that's what it is. It goes from positive voltage to negative voltage, positive, negative. Oh well. I think for me, I'm just going to leave it like it is. Or I guess we're going to do some testing. I should come up with a better idea than what I have, I guess. Probably be a good idea. Poor NPN, I destroyed him. Oh well. Got a better one in there now, 222. 2N2222. I just gotta remember not to hit the... not to hit the other way, I guess. So... alright, well, I'm gonna dig out my other stuff, get this motor put back on, get these wires put back on, get the glue put around it, hot glue, and then actually I should take, well, that's just why. Went to sleep on me, messing around too much. Come on, get up to 480. Alright. So I guess I will be back. I'll be back. Okay, well, anyways, I guess I will record this. I can't find my good glue gun, so I have to use the old one, and it's broken. Probably ought to take it apart and fix it. But anyhow, so I've got all the old crappy glue out and got some clear stuff in there. And I guess I'll just do this on camera, right? So in case anybody else has to do this with their stuff. But so all I'm going to do is just put a line like they had before, right? It's just holding it around and then just taking her and putting her on. I assume that'll work. I could always jam some up there, huh? If I wanted to. There. Put some over here, I guess, too, right? Or just jam some in there. Whoops. Whatever. Looks good. Anyhow, alright. Just let that sit and harden. Anyways, I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'm going to rewire this and get this all back working and put back together. And we'll just pick up where we left off, okay? Alright, see you in a bit. Oh, that reminds me, while I have this off, if you end up getting the this Celestron for this mount, you're gonna need to hollow out this screw hole, because this takes a I don't even remember what size this is. Takes a fairly big screw, right? Bolt, whatever you want to call it, to get in through. So you're gonna have to take a drill and you're gonna have to hollow out this, or a Dremel tool, right? And you're gonna need to hollow that out a little bit. And then of course where I have it set is there. I'm not quite done yet. I've got most of it put back together and soldered back where it was gonna be, right? Yellow up there, black there, and then just wrapped it around and whatnot. I got everything else put back together. The glue's in, the clips are back on, which are very easy to take off. I just need to get the mount put back in, and then I need to figure out where, because I've had such a hectic time with this, what I did with the foam backing with the rubber. I'm not sure what I did with it. So I'll go ahead and just stick this back on like it was, right? That on, oh yeah. I need two, so I got two washers that I put in here. That keeps the bend not so much. Keeps them from getting too bent out of shape. Come on. There it goes. I had 3 in there originally, right? And then I looked at it like, nah, I need to go less. No, I need to go back 3. See how much that's bending right there? Yeah, we need to go at least 3. So, I know that's made to do that, but if I can take a little bit of stress off that, that's definitely worth it. So we'll put the 3rd one back in there. I don't know why this is made so much more different than the others, but I guess it is. This is my first EQ mount. Oh, maybe what I ought to do is maybe try and get a center washer. Maybe I can take a little bit more of that out. Feel it pulling up. So you see now, we still got a little bit of a bend in there, huh? Just a little. It's not as bad as it was, I don't think. Anyhow, don't over tighten. And we got this. I need to find what I did with the foam inserts. Alright, well, so I haven't been able to find the foam thing, but anyways, I wanna stress out that 2N222222222, because technically I probably shouldn't do that. It is a PMP, and I put an NPN in there, and I rotated it backwards. And so the other thing, right, to get the voltage switching, right, like when you switch north-south, what's it on now? I think it should be on north. Yeah, so we're on north. Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't have the foam on there. So, to get it when I switch it to north-south and going south and it reverses polarity, I should run it through a Schottky full bridge rectifier. And then there won't be any issues. The only thing I'll have to deal with is like a 0.6 volt. Yeah, 600 millivolt voltage drop, right? So anyhow, I'm gonna let you listen to the motor, right? So hopefully you can hear that motor running. I'm gonna leave that going. I'm gonna stress that motor at full voltage and just let it run. Really, I wanna see if I can overheat this BJT. Well, it does feel like it's getting hot. And if that's the case, then... Oh yeah, she's getting hot. Oh, there's one resistor getting hot too. Or is that... It's not the LED, is it? Yeah, there's one resistor on there getting really hot. Interesting. Not that. Third one down. Well, anyhow, I'll just let that run. I'll stress that chip, and then I don't know, maybe I might have to order a new one. So if I do that right, then I'm gonna end up probably doing the full wave bridge rectifier on it, and replace that chip so I don't blow another chip, because it was very unhappy with me doing that like that. It's too much for it. And ouch. Oh, now I'm stabbed. Oh. Yeah, so I'll just leave the video running. You guys can watch me blow up this thing again, right? Because it should get overheated. And we're running full power. So, yeah. Should I do? do that. Stress it. Alright, I'll leave the light off. You guys can watch that. I'll be back. I'm gonna go. I still haven't found that dang foam thing. I don't know what I've done with it. Whatever. See ya. Okay, so my video card filled up, and then anyhow, I'm a little confused. It's not surprising. They tell me that that's actually a NPN. It's also a PMP, and I don't know. So I've left it running. I don't know how long it's been running. 4 hours or so, at maximum, right? I did see that the third chip down, or the third resistor down, is getting really hot. So I'm not sure what that is. So I have to look into that one. Maybe I might replace it, or I might just leave it alone. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it alone for now. The 2N2 is working for now, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I went and I cut this popsicle stick. I'm gonna use that as my. Oh wait, I have the light on. So yeah, I got the popsicle stick. That's what we're gonna use for the thing in the back there. I'm gonna get this done. I have no idea where. Oh, what am I doing? There's my. Those don't belong there. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. Don't know, and I'm pretty exhausted. I should actually, to be honest with you, I should put on a Schmidt full wave bridge rectifier for this, because if that does get flipped, I mean, you will put some reverse currents into the BJT. It can handle some, like, right. So here, I'm gonna reverse it. You hear it spinning. So it spins the other way. The meter's not too happy, but you know what, it is what it is, right? I even have that. No, I don't have that on right. It will need to be like the right upside down. Yeah, upside down. So I'll turn the light on for you. Anyhow, I'm worn out. I've had enough for today. This has been a crazy day. I even thought that this whole video was lost because the computer was like, couldn't read the card. I was like freaking out. So then I went and put it in my laptop, and at least the laptop's like, oh yeah, there's a card there. Well, I put it back in the camera. The camera's like, oh yeah, there's a video on there. So then I put it on my laptop, and it's reading. So anyhow, I don't know how to turn the light off so you guys can see all the pretty coloring. Uh-oh. Something happened. I'm not sure what I did. Pull on something. Well, that's... Oh. Unplugging it. This, I'm just tired, not paying attention. Kept wondering what was going on. I was unplugging it. Had the battery hanging out. I'm turning the switch off. So this thing, let's be over a little bit more. There we go. It's a lot better. Anyhow, that's gonna do it, I think, for this little crazy project. I thought this was gonna be nice and simple and fast, but boy, oh boy, did this turn into a monster ordeal. So, well, now when I set this up on my telescope, we will be able to read her. 4.81 volts. Kind of got her all flipped around here, wonky donkey. There we go. There she is. We can adjust her. Give me an idea about where I need to be. Instead of playing guessems. It's interesting it's doing that. What if I put a little capacitor on it? I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, if you do this, you're gonna have to be careful. I don't even know if it's worth doing this. I guess you might as well just wait until I figured it out. And yeah, you gotta be very careful. Things could go bad really quick, it looks like. Especially if you flip that north-south knob and have the power on with this meter in, it gets really pissed off at that apparently. So anyhow, that's it. See ya. Okay, so my brain is not working today. I think what I need to do, right? I think the easiest way to do all this, without even worrying about this whole thing switching the polarity around on the motor and whatnot. So this is just the LM358. So this is just a generic thing. So almost all of them have their output on 7. Well, output on 1 and 7. But the output on 1 on this is just to ground, I think. It's just blocked off. So this op amp's not used at all. So this op amp is used. And all we care about is that this op amp runs into the base of this transistor. And all we have to do is we just monitor the voltage on this, right? If it needs more power, it will send more power. Well, it'll send more volts. It'll go through here, right? So really, instead of doing all this monitoring at the motor thing like I have here, right? Which is stupid. I don't even know why I did this. This is just ignorant. I wasn't even thinking when I was doing this. This is not a good day. This has not been a good day. Probably because it's not a good day. So I'm going to take this off. I need to desolder this out of here. I have a longer I think same, yeah, same size. So what I will do is I will take this off of here, resolder this on this new one, run it around to the back. We'll go on pin 7. So if you look at the op amp with the notch up, this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll go to pin 7. Pin 4 is the ground. You can see that on here, right? Pin 4 is ground. So what we'll do with our ground wires, we'll ground wire. We'll take the ground off of here. We'll put it on pin 4. We'll put the yellow wire on pin 7. And then that's all we care about, right? And if you switch the polarity, north-south, it's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be positive on that op amp. So that's the new plan. I think all my stuff's warmed up. Yeah. So I am going to do this live. This is going to be a heck of a video today. Because, like, I am really just, I'm out of it. Like, I just ate. And I'm sitting down and, like, all of a sudden I'm seeing, like, something out of the corner of my eye. It's a crazy, weird, strange day today. So, anyhow, get that off there. Let's get this off of here, this pin off of here. Apparently that just broke, so we're going to have to fix that. Not surprised. I'm not going to move that red wire. That red wire needs to be where it is originally. So I'm not going to move it at all. I will pull this off. Oh, you know, shoot, to get on the back of the circuit board, I have to pull the motor off, don't I? I think I do. Leave that pin alone. Take that one off. Might as well fix that. I think I can just touch that one up. That will be okay, probably. My solder out here. Oh, do you guys got a good enough view? I'll make this a little wider so you can see what I'm doing down here. Just want to touch up this ground wire a little bit. The cable's a little bit stronger on there. And then we're going to put this in here somewhere. Yeah, I can do that. Fix this red wire. Usually on these, I'll weaken it a little bit with the heat, and it's easier to strip the cable off. Probably not ideal, but it's just one of these little projects. Actually, I probably ought to clip that down just a little bit too. I don't need it that long. Probably do this. Put a little solder in the hole. And we'll just feed it through. Actually, run it through here, through here. I hope I can get to that pin 7. I mean, I could, I've done it before, solder on the outside, but that's not ideal. Actually, that's a nice little slot right there. Slot all that right there. Okay, come on, just work with me. And then this one, the one we're going to put on. Probably give that a little bit of stuff. I don't know why I threw that back in there, but force of habit. That looks good. That looks good. It's a little long. Made it that long. Cut that down a little bit. Just do the same with this one. Put it right up here. A little more finicky since we got the red wire kind of in the way a little bit. Alright, really finicky. Red wire in the way plus the camera. So now let's see. What's the plan? The plan is to put that through there, and that goes to pin 4. And this, we do the same thing. Do we have enough room for this? If we go through here, I think we do. Uh-oh. Let's get this one out of the way for right now. That out of the way. I don't need a whole tangled mess of wire. Put all 3 of those through there. That goes just like that. That will be just like that. That has enough room to do that, and that has enough room to do that. Alright, I don't know if you guys can be able to see this. You may not be able to see this, because I'm going to do this without taking the board off again. So, I am aiming for the center pin of this BJT. So this is a collector emitter. I think that's right. Collector, emitter, and then the base is the middle. So we're aiming for the base of the middle pin. So that would be that one right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my ground on my op amp. Oh no, wrong way. Op amp's facing up here. So 4 of my op amp is down there at the bottom. So we need to shorten this wire a lot. Probably ought to tin that. That'll work. And then, oh man, so that, let's see, op amp's up. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can't, I need my pliers for a second. Alright, I got my pliers. Unbelievable, man. This stuff just up and disappears all the time. My tip's not even. Alright. 5, 6, 7, and 8's the last one. So I just need to get the yellow one. And it's obviously too short to go that way, so we'll have to take her this way. That's fine, we'll leave a little extra anyhow. The way things are going. Take off this extra. Seven's right next to 8. 8's the last one. There we go. That's done. Super simple. And put this back on. We didn't move our ground. Our ground stayed where it was going to be. So that's good. This goes just like this. Just feed these right into this little edge here. Just make sure we don't pinch these wires. Put our meter on there. Take this. Feed this through here. Now we should get nice, beautiful, clean signal for this thing. I can't believe, and then we're gonna have a video that's gonna take forever because I was doing stupid stuff. Yeah, whatever, I'll just leave that stuff like it is. Biggest thing is to make sure that the battery doesn't go into anything. Now we got our battery. Oh, and spill solder pieces everywhere with the solder cleaner. And that's in. That's in. Let's put that on. Oh, this is a little high, huh? That's right. That's what the bone's for, is to help that. And let's pick that up before we knock more solder all over the place. So it only took us breaking the S8050, which I don't know. I see it's a PNP, I see it's an MPN, I don't know. Whatever. Don't care at this point. Turn the light out so you can see the power come on. Turn the power on. Oh, looky there. 7.13 volts. Now if we turn it down, 7.17, 7.12. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to fix that issue right now and get it on the right pin. So before, remember when we turn the light out here, turn it on, you're getting 7 volts. Turn it to maximum, 7.8. Okay, that's just not very helpful, right? So I want to go ahead and get that changed, and then I want to get this video put out there. This is going to be an absolutely long video. Let's see here. I'm not going to take it all apart. Matter of fact, should I leave the battery? You'll see I had a battery fall apart too. Okay, so I'm going to zoom you in here. Right on this. It's going to go out of focus, isn't it? So I went into the top pin here, right? Now I either want to go to the middle pin, that's going to be the base, or I want to go to the bottom one, which is going to be the emitter. So those are the two that I would want to pick. So I think let's go with the emitter first, because looking at the schematic, I did the schematic a little bit right. I just wanted to follow where the base emitter and all that stuff is. I didn't do a full schematic, but anyhow. So right down here is the emitter. Right there's the base, the middle one. If we do it off the base, I think there's a little bit of a noise issue there. But anyhow, let me get this pin or taken off of the collector. And we'll put it down here on the emitter here real quick. double check I don't have a short on there. Where's my... I need my magnifying glasses. Alright, now I got my magnifying glasses. Yep, that looks good. Make sure those two don't touch. Very hard to see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not touching each other. Can always double check the continuity test. I know this is kind of like a little pain on what I'm doing here. Hard to see. You don't want your base and your emitter touching. Yeah, we're good. So we're good. And I think that's right. I don't know. It's been a few days or a week since I've done this video. Alright, so now we get it on there. Let's go ahead and put this back in. One good thing with this video is it'll teach you how to tear down everything. Okay. My light went out. Hold on a second. If it's not one thing, it's another around here. Okay, so yeah, put the foam piece back on. I'll leave the video on, so anybody wants to tear down their stuff, it'll be easy to do it. Alright, so let's turn that light off now so we can see the power, right? 5.62 volts. Plus we can go all the way down to, was it 2.23? I know it jumps around just a little bit. So see how it's got a lot, but it does settle. So that's on the base. Let's let me put that on the emitter and see if that's any better. So the emitter on here is going to be the very, the very bottom one. So let's try putting it on that one. All right. I always put that shield up there. I think this is plastic, but I'm not 100% positive, so I at least want to have a barrier between the electronics. Alright, let's turn this off again. .57, 1.54. So I like that a lot better. It's a lot smoother. And of course, if the motor gets switched, it stays on. Just gotta let it settle. So I think we'll do it that way. I like that a lot better. So that's the way to go. Put it on the emitter. It'll do a lot better. So that's it for this video. I'm going to get this edited. I hope that this was sort of entertaining and whatnot. So anyhow, thanks, and we'll see you later.